All right, the Reds, me and Kev, hopefully we'll be joined by K-Mac. K-Mac, if you're on the live stream, I will drop you the link, mate. But Kev, been a long time since we've done a post-match reaction show, but hope you're well, mate. It was a good game of football, in all honesty, mate. From my honest opinion, it was entertaining, to say the least. Liverpool, of course, would have liked to have had a league title at the end of this season, but it wasn't to be. But I think it was as I said from my title and the thumbnail, it's tale of our season, really, that game. Summed it up.
Pretty much. The only thing that didn't happen in that game is that we didn't go a goal down first.
Yeah.
So that would have probably put everything into perspective in one game, or it would have showcased everything that was wrong with the team and right with the team throughout the season in one game. Look, we dominated for the majority of that game, but Villa still had chances from just silly mistakes. Or I still can't understand from our point of view how they defend like that. At any time that a position player goes to the byline or tries to get near the corner line, nobody goes onto the penalty spot from our team. It's just shot after shot that we open up for people there, and that's the tale of our woes, because everybody's looking at each other and where are you? Oh yeah, you're on the line. There's 60 feet in the line in front of Ali, and then he can't do anything because he sees everything too late. I think we need to be stepped off Ali a small bit, defend from the edge of the 6-yard box a bit better, and that's been the tale of the season really with defending.
But what tonight showed me, mate, and you felt, or anyone watching on the post-match, welcome if you're new around here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Got plenty of shows in the summer as well, transfer news shows and everything. But the links to Kev channels links are in the description as well. So please do head over to Spider LFC, Spider Gaming as well. Be very much appreciated on Twitch and on YouTube as well. But Kev, as you allude to there, to me, watching that game emphasised, even before coming into this game, I think we've done plenty of shows this season, Liverpool's quality that is needed. You spoke about the gaps in terms of in and around the penalty area, but for me, the priority for Arne Slot as well, in a numerous couple of positions, but that number 6 position for me, we need a high quality, high intensity player that can shield that Liverpool defence. It's all well and good having Van Dijk, Quansah. We'll get to Quansah's great performance tonight, but sometimes not every, as we've already seen over the last couple of seasons. If Alisson's not on it, if Van Dijk and a couple of lads, you need that protection. Sorry to keep on mentioning Rodri, but he's the best in the business. Has been for the last 4 seasons for me. He's so good. Liverpool need a Rodri coming into the new season for me.
Yeah, absolutely. I was saying to you the other night, Jack, about doing a show about the wish list and stuff like that, and I've put down left back, right back. I think we need a couple of centre backs. I think after the season, Matip will go. I think Joe Gomez will go as well. For me, I think that if I was to say that I was going to go, I think Tsimikas will leave. I think Kelleher might go. Gomez will go. Matip will go. Carvalho will go. Jota might be sold for the money and just for his injury was, that way. I think Salah will stay. And regardless of how off the ball Salah's been for the last couple of months, there's still a phenomenal player in there that can win you games when he's rested well. But like he's had a first big injury in his career with the hamstring that's kept him out for a period of like 3 months, and we expect Salah to come back and be a superstar. Because why? Because we're spoiled. We've had Salah uninjured for a long time, for as long as he's been here. 6 years or 7 years or whatever it is, and we've had him uninjured with maybe missing a game. Never missing like more than 2 or 3 max, but he was out for 3 months as well, So, and then getting him back, and he was still able to tap a few in. He's not winning games like he can do on his own, but he's never been able to win games, fella. He's won games. When I say that, I mean on his own. He's done some wonderful individual things. And he's done at points in time, but not every game that he plays does he kind of be the guy that will just do it all on his own. He's always relied on Bobby or relied on Mane. And Wijnaldum and behind him,
The great point you raised there, the game that always sticks out for me, and don't know you mates or anyone watching, is that Tottenham game a couple of years ago where he manoeuvres. I mean, it was the back-to-back Tottenham Villa City games, but that summarises the Jurgen Klopp era for me, really, where Salah or Bobby or Mane, Nunes, whoever it is, the attacking players go and score 3-4, but we'll concede 4-5 in a game. it's just great. And as I said in my watch along today, mate, it's about the season where we got the right balance.
Yeah.
Was that league winning season where we were absolutely exceptional up front, and we had one of the best defensive records at the back.
Yeah.
We got that right balance that season, and I think we have struggled in certain seasons. Obviously, numerous missed opportunities this season in front of goal. But even when we have got those goals in certain games, we've not been seeing out games 1 or 2-1s. That Villa game a couple of years ago when we won the league, we went to Villa Park. We scored 2 quick-fire goals, Bobby and Mane. Robbo and Mane, sorry, getting those pivotal goals.
Yeah.
But it's the balance will.
If we needed to win it, we would have won it. That's what I'm saying. That's the way I think.
It's difficult. Yeah, it's difficult, as we were saying before we come on air, mate. It's about the mentality for both of these teams was completely different tonight. And of course, I'm not going to come in here and I'm disappointed we've shipped 3. I think you are, Kev, and all of us are, but let's be realistic. Jürgen's not going to be here in a week's time anyway. We'll be disappointed about that. But there's a new manager coming in, Kev, with fresh impetus, really, fresh ideas, clear vision from him. He wants to be challenging, Kev, but it's in terms of just the overall. If you can summarise, like from a Liverpool perspective, from your point of view, mate, what was disappointing? If you could pick 1 or 2, but what you want to be seeing off the back of this going into the new season as well.
Well, the one thing that I've seen is that the lads, as much as we can control a game, we really can. The lads are tired. There's a lot of lazy walk backs. There's teams are able to counter us pretty well. Trent barely runs back half the time. There's a couple of times I've seen him actually making an effort tonight in the game to run back, but he's not giving us anything going forward much anymore. He hasn't done for a long. Like I can't remember the last time where I'd see a worldly cross from Trent going in, and Nunez knocking it in, or a Gakpo knocking it in, or a Salah knocking it in, because they just haven't. He hasn't been getting up that wing. I can't remember the last time I've seen, because he's playing that inverted role. You might as well just stick him in the right hand side of midfield and just put it right back there, because there's no point, because he's not defending and he's not doing much on the attacking side either.
I think that will be one of the biggest conundrums going into next season, mate, where Arne Slot gets the best out of Trent going into the new season.
I'm hoping that Arne Slot comes in and just kind of says, "Look, lad, you're not a right back. I don't care how long you've been playing here in Liverpool. Jurgen's time is done here now. I'm going to put in the right type of defensive mindset that I want to put in there." He's going, like, for me, you're going to have your Gertrudes, and I think he'll even. I've been raving about David Hanko for the last couple of 3 seasons or something. I've been mentioning him now, and I said he's a good versatile player. He's another kind of James Milner type fella that you can bring in, but
as well,
and left back and a DM as well on top of that, so you can play all the roles. So I just think you need to free up people like McAllister and Trent from their defensive duties. They should only be covering players and not defensive minded players. And once you free up the likes of those lads, you see a lot of creativity. And I think Trent and Szoboszlai can easily hold that right hand side of that midfield for the rest of the season. They can alternate between them. Whenever the game needs one of them, needs the other one. This thing about having to play a Trent every game when he's available, if he's not playing well, we'll have Szoboszlai. If Szoboszlai's not playing well, we'll have Trent. Yeah. I think he should have replaced Hendo when he went in there in the first place. He didn't. We have a good right back in Conor Bradley there. He's had an injury after a really good season for us. He was one of the standouts there. It's mainly because of him that we got it anywhere near the title in the league anyway, because of his defensive nose.
I'm so excited, Kev, and just go into this new season. If we do go 4-3-3, but it's massively reliant if we do go 4-3-3 with Arne Slot. I know we can play 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1, especially if we do get 2 out-and-out sixes. If we do drop McAllister in there with a bit more protection as well, you can certainly do that job. And obviously playing with an out-and-out 10, someone that plays behind the striker, like a Gerrard Torres type partnership anyway.
We have Carvalho for that.
Yeah, Carvalho, Dominic Szoboszlai can play that. Elliott can play that role as well.
Yeah, they can.
We've got so many players, mate, that can play that position. But it's whether, that's what I was asking, mate, like in terms of what we do with Trent. Do go into next season, next 3-5 years under Arne Slot, if he's there that long, is Trent going to be going back to what he used to do best in a 4-3-3 formation in terms of bombing forwards with Andy Robbo as well, bombing forward?
No,
but if we did have that right protection in that midfield, I think if we had to inform Fabinho, if we do bring in an out-and-out six that can protect this back line, I think we could potentially, obviously it's going to be very different in terms of styles, in terms of both managers, but when you analyse both managers, they do play football in different aspects, very similar, but hopefully we do see better results than we have done.
It is. It's just Ernest Lott, a lot of people are misled by Ernest Lott's football. He doesn't play at 4-2-3 that often, but it's just because he does when he but it looks like it on the pitch.
Like
No,
it does shift, though.
It does shift, yeah. No, he's a 4-2-3-1, but what that turns into is a 4-4-2 press, which looks like a 4-3-3 when it's on defensive. So I can see where that all happened, but I think he's 4-2-3-1, so he will play with a number 10. He will play with a striker on his own up front, and he will play with wingers that can play as popping strikers. Pretty much the way we kind of used to play with the forward line, but he'll be a bit more defensively sound-minded, with two sitting midfielders sitting in the middle of the park. If Trent was to be one of those next to another DM, I'd take that, as long as, we're going to be looking at more, like the club has brought in a lot of players recently of the ilk of playing the 4-3-3 role, and Ernest Lott might play to that advantage, or he might just say when he comes in, I want to play my type of football, and Gravenberch, you don't play the wing. Gakpo, you barely play the wing, or you can play the wing, but you just don't play there. Diaz, you don't bomb on the wing like you used to do, or like where you want a left-sided winger to do, and you don't. And you could see him trying to look for money this way and bringing in his type of player that will play, because he's going to want people bombing up the wing. He wants two people at all times running up the outside of all of his players that are in the front line and the park. So he'll want these crosses coming. He wants introvert runners. So he wants guys that are going to run from in to out, and he's going to want the guys from out to in. So it's huge. Yeah.
As you said, massive dependence on the players. It's a big summer chat, not just on the pitch, but off the pitch as well. In terms of getting those right targets in, allowing, obviously, Jurgen had to bring a fair couple of players in as well to allow to play Jurgen Klopp football. Christ, couldn't have played that with João Taxier and the boys, could we? No. So we needed new players coming in. So
the team is in a good way for where Jurgen is leaving.
Oh yeah,
they're tired, but they're in a good way. You get a fresh Salah next season, and he starts banging in goals again. People are going to they'll shut up immediately.
Salah wins your leagues, Alisson wins your leagues.
Yeah,
Van Dijk.
You don't get rid of these players. You make your money off your Kelleher if he goes. You give another up and coming goalkeeper a shot after him. You make your money off if Jota's as injury prone as he's been this season, I'd sell him in the summer. I'd get the 70 million for him and I'd sell him. Mainly because we can replace somebody who can be fit and score goals. Why not sell Jota and get Neto in? If you're going to do that kind of ilk, you could probably pay half the money for Neto and then buy somebody else on top of it. So that's my thing. Jota's just not available enough for me to make a huge impact in the season. So
similar with Ibu as well, though. Might have put Ibu in the category.
Yeah,
I think
that's why I said we need two centre backs. We need two centre backs in the summer.
We're getting rid of Joel Matip, great servant, but he was plagued in his Liverpool career and his whole career in general, really, with injuries. If Matip was fully fit for the whole of his career, well, I don't think we signed most of the centre halves we signed anyway, because Joel Matip would play every single game anyway alongside Virgil. And I think we do win more league titles if Joel Matip's fully fit. I rate him.
I think Robertson gets challenged for his position next season. I think they're going to bring a proper left back in. I think Simicast will be moved on. I think you might see the end of Joe Gomez. You might see definitely
Joe Gomez, Jones possibly as well. So
Jones could be sold, man. You know that. I don't, regardless of him being a Scouse or whatever, I think he could be sold. I think there's teams there. I think like a Brighton or somebody like that would probably want the services of a fella that can play a kind of ball like that. And you've seen it done at clubs lots of times. We're just saying, he's a Scouse, he's not going to go. Trent is more stayed than that lad, and I think Trent is more important with his right foot than what Jones offers weekly. So Jones can have 2 or 3 good weeks, and then he's missing for 4 months. So that's the problem there with him. And he does pick up quite a few injuries as well that you don't expect, but they're all weird ones, like eye issues and side of thigh issues and legs. It's the weird ones that are not like big threatening ones, but they keep him out for such a long time. But McMacken needs help in the middle of the park. He was overworked this season.
I'm not going to even get into it because people kicking off on Macca after the game tonight. It was a Nottingham game tonight. Yes, he loses the ball on the third goal, but it's the end of the season. As Eamon said before, they're on the holidays, as you said before, Kev. Niall, the link is on Twitter, mate. But if you're busy tonight, mate, thank you for tuning in anyway. But you're welcome. K Macker did drop you the link as well, gents. You are. Doug, if you're still in, you're welcome to pop on, mate, with me and Kev. It'd be good to get a couple of your voices on. If not, me and Kev will go for a good 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Anyway. My last watch along of the season as well tonight.
Oh, yeah,
that's a bit of a sad. Yeah, I'll see you next week because I'm over for Wolves. Yeah, so but that was my last watch along of the season. But I haven't done too many. I haven't been able to do too many shows because I've been at the games. That's the difference, So I haven't been popping at the shows. So I've just done the last 6 or 7 games in a row in City or something, So the only one I missed is today as well, I think. Good. So yeah, it's nuts.
Chat, do get your comments in. Let us know who has been your standout performer tonight or standout performer in this season, really. I think this tonight was a big barometer of where the work needs to be done in terms of the new up-and-coming season. There's a lot of players that still needs to be signed. Potential, as Kev alluded to there, some of the names that might be leaving the football club as well. So regardless of obviously the new manager coming in, I think there's still a lot of work to do from in terms of the strategy and bringing players in as well. Gents, how are we? Not too bad now. Jürgen's masterclass, sticking it to Ange is what we do, mate. Yeah, it's true.
Watched that game last week, man. It's the same thing that happened last week that happened this week. Dominating Spurs from top to finish, and then giving away we didn't give away as much chances against Spurs. We were a lot better, but tonight, even Villa could have had, without having any possession barely, they could have had 3 or 4 goals themselves, before they got the last 2. So
can you wrap your head around the Spurs mentality, Kev? I was banging my head against my desk today on the watch along. It's the most Spurs thing. I get every football fan, you don't want to be seeing your rivals, but say if Villa got beat here tonight and didn't get that point, they had Champions League football potential. Well, you still got Champions League football on the line.
Yeah.
Is it the most Spurs thing you've heard? I don't know. Their mentality of not wanting to win against City because they don't want to see
win the league.
Yeah,
it's the Spurs mentality is the Everton mentality. That's the only way I can say it. When you're pretty much the lesser of 2 teams in recent times within your league as part of rivals, and you become that, the difference there is, I don't know what goes on in Manchester, but I think Manchester would rather City win it than us or Arsenal win it. Yeah, that's the kind of way that they are. That's the way that they are. Yeah, they'd want Man City to win it more than that's the only difference here, But Spurs and everything, they would throw themselves under a bus if it meant to cost us the title and their own heritage, which is weird. But that's not a team that wins. Then that's not a winning team. That's a team that will never win anything big properly. Yeah.
They've had winning managers, Premier League managers, and even we seen Conte last year throwing his players under the bus and going, they just haven't got it. And I think Ange next season might potentially walk, especially if you don't get the big players in. We've got a big summer for Liverpool, Villa.
I think he's a good manager, but he runs over. He's very stiff with his ideas. He needs to.
Bit of a
kind of, and a bit like Klopp the last couple of seasons as well, where there wasn't too much of there was formation 1 and 2, and a bit of 3, but then there wasn't too many formations. This season, Jurgen has adapted a lot better, and we've got much better out of what we thought was a dead team. So
Niall's over. Niall, I know you're probably just chilling. The invite is there, mate. Anyway, but yeah, it's that roof is an absolute joke, mate. Supposedly they have the biggest revenue in all of Europe, but they still can't fix that. Could you imagine if your season ticket sat in those seats, Kev? If you're getting rained on quite literally like a waterfall, it's ridiculous. But enough about them. Kev, Aston Villa. I said at the beginning of the season, I thought they'd get top 4.
Yeah.
I don't get many predictions right. But that was one thing. Go off the back of last season when Unai Emery come in. Thoughts on not just tonight, but this Aston Villa side, how good they have been this season?
They have played some stylish football as well. I like Unai Emery's type of football as well, but he just hasn't got the quality level players yet to kind of play it. Even when he was at Arsenal, it was a team that was just a mishmash team. I think Arteta's had the chance now to build a proper team there and add to it each season, whereas Emery didn't get really that chance to do it. because of how fickle the Arsenal fan base is and how fickle their board is. So, but he's after getting an opportunity there now to do it. Yeah, I like what Emery does, and it's just I'd like to see him given a shot as a manager, a Liverpool manager in the future at some point as well, if it didn't work out with Arne. But I like Arne's tactics. I like what he does. I like how he motivates his players. I like how he's a man manager. But for Villa, look, me and you both said they get top 4 this season. We said there's going to be City there. I thought it was either going to be. Actually, I thought Spurs might have done better than Arsenal. It was a bit too much for Arsenal this season. I thought they might hang around the 4th, and Spurs or Chelsea might sneak in there. But but in saying that, we're not kind of far off with a bit of Chelsea later on this season, because the second half of the season they've improved an awful lot. In points,
Chelsea.
Yeah,
but they'll be jump the gun though, Kev, and Chelsea will.
I'd bite their arm off of Cole Palmer.
Yeah, they'll love him, mate. But they'll probably just before Poch actually finally gets it spot on, they'll get rid, because Todd Bowley playing 4-7-5 formation or something, whatever he's doing.
He's getting his P45, isn't he?
Yeah, he'll be made up, most of them. Is Graham Potter still getting paid off by Chelsea? Well, they're trying to sell their training ground, I've seen this week, 140 odd million or something stupid. But the thing is, that part of London, it's very expensive by all accounts anyway. So property developers will be all over that. But they're trying to sell the training ground to themselves. But Chelsea in these 10-year contracts, surely the Premier League don't allow them to sell it. But yeah, it's another show for another night.
To cook the books, is it?
Yeah, it's dodgy. Spurs fans do really, there's big up there, Geordie. Spurs fans, do you really want your team to lose so that Arsenal can't win the leagues? Geordie, have a word with them, mate. I can't really fathom this, but it's the most Tottenham thing going.
That's nuts.
Subs.
Yeah.
The subs that come on, we've done countless shows this season, mate. Like, it's the most Jürgen Klopp thing.
Yeah, they didn't do too badly. But the problem that left us open was Maka being left on his own in the middle again. Because they took Endo off. Maybe Endo should stay on if you're going to have Maka there. If you're going to take somebody off, take off your Elliots. Even take off Salah if you have to. And take off, I don't know, maybe one of the lads in the back line if you're going to put an extra man in midfield or something like that, because at least they can cover a bit. But you don't take off Endo and then have Maka, who's running non-stop for weeks now, left in there on his own, stretching for shot. You could see he was knackered, like stretching for shots. That's why the ball went away from him. His touch he didn't have the strength in his touch. He didn't have anything. And the game kind of got away from us then. But look, at the end of the day, I was sitting there and I was doing the stream and I was like, they might score another couple here. And then, and I was like, it was so casual that it didn't even flirt, like it didn't even bother me. When I was in the stream, I was kind of going, well, that's just poor. Maka, that's just poor now. But like, he's tired. And I'm saying it as they're scoring a goal, he's tired that this is going to be a goal. And then, very casually. But it's, for me, it's all about how we build around these players now going forward.
Yeah.
It needs, there's a pretty much there's a crack in the spine of the team, and that needs developing straight away. So we need a good quality centre back, we need a good quality DM, and I do believe we need another striker. I don't think so far Gravenberch hasn't worked out for me. There's a player there, but he is a good player. That's the difference. I just don't think he's suited the formation. I think he needs to be. If he's going to be, he can play in the number 10 role easily. If you put him there, if there's a number 10 role incoming, so we have to see how they work out next season. I just fear for the likes of the lads that are more local that might get sent on. Yeah, I think they're going to. I think Jones will be moved on. If he's going to keep Gravenberch, Carvalho will be moved on. Nunez might want out, even though because of how it's fared from so far that we've given him 2 seasons, and Liverpool might want to cash in him just so that he doesn't become a huge loss. So we'll see what way that works out. I think Van Dijk needs help. I think Kwanzaa's a good.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've made the section because he was my man tonight, mate.
Yeah.
We've done countless videos this season after the game. Jack, let us know your thoughts on Kwanzaa. This lad's, the more to see him, he'll learn again tonight. He'll learn so much, especially playing alongside Virgil. He's still a young lad. He's got so much He's got such a bright future, the football club, mate. And we
Yeah,
said
yeah.
he broke through. Was it last season or this season when he broke through anyway on a real regular occurrence? He's a lad that will be in a couple of years' time if he continues to develop. Saves Liverpool 50-60 million pounds.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But
He's still growing as well. Like he's a big lad, but he's very, very calm on the ball.
Ronaldo-esque.
Yeah.
Like it was a joke of a header. Like
yeah. I saw him at one point. It was one of those slow. If you watch Smallville or something like that, it's one of those slow mos where he was up in the air doing the knitting on a phone call at the same time as he headed the ball and then back down again. You know, it's just one of those comedy moments you could say. But yeah, fantastic header, and I called it before it happened. What lads go to my stream and watch it. I called it. I said Trent has gone over here. I said they're taking a free kick from the left hand side. I said Quads is hanging back a small, but he's going to make a late run here. I said if you get to the back post, and he heads to the cross goal. I called everything before it happened, and it was fantastic. And I just started laughing at myself really. So some guy came into the chat saying he does compilation videos, and he asked could he use my footage, one of those videos, and I said yeah, no problem, work away, lad, but you're going to enjoy that one. So you know, so it's look, there's a lot to be said. Look, one thing I'll say about Arne Slot. He's made 17 changes, or 17. He bought 17 players in his first season. He bought 17 players and won the league. He'll do the same with Liverpool. Yeah, if Liverpool, if he wants players in there and he's going to take over the role, he's going to say to them, "I need to rebuild ASAP. Let's put a load of money down on the type of players that I need." Michael Edwards is probably all that they have to do in his work. Now, Jurgen Klopp is not. We no longer have a manager. If our manager is anybody, it's Michael Edwards and his team. So we know of kind of a group of managers, really, like a committee, really, and there's no more longer like Jurgen Klopp is no longer that type. Or we want that no longer have that Jurgen Klopp type manager where he runs everything. It's just going to be Arne Slot as the head coach. He's just going to deal with the football side of things and ask for the players that he wants to ask for, and he's going to do it that way. Whereas Michael Edwards is going to be the stat guy that's going to go out and get it for him, and then whatever both the list match, they'll just go and buy, and whatever doesn't match the list, they'll sell. So that's what you're going to see, lads. You could see a lot of ruthlessness happen this summer, but it is probably the perfect time as we've had the bones of this team now for many years, and there's going to be changes there. Whether some of them work out or they don't. I mean, obviously, Szoboszlai came in, he started well, and he kind of trailed off a bit, but he played well tonight when he came on. He got involved and did a lot of things. He was unlucky at certain times not to get a couple of assists. Gakpo's improved recently in the last few weeks.
I think he'll be so pivotal in the new system next season. He's got all the qualities to be an elite level forward for me. I think given, obviously, Arne Slot's time in Holland anyway, how successful he was playing for one of his rivals in PSV, you know exactly how to get the best tune out of him as well. Let's go to the comments as well, chat, big up. You get your comments in, and I go for another like 5-10 minutes anyway. Get you all your thoughts in the comments. We'll read through all of them as well. Alexander, big up. A lot of those players don't know what playing for. It's as obviously we've just spent the last 5 minutes. Basically, there will be a big reshuffle in relation to obviously management and of course some of the playing staff as well. And we need to generate funds as well. Of course, it can come out today that we had made 190 million in terms of prize money. But as we know, Kev, you'll know a lot more in terms of financial side of most of that goes on wages as well, because Liverpool pay some of the biggest wages in the whole of Europe. I don't know if that's just
they try to use the ticket money from the stadium to pay everybody's wages is what they do. So your season tickets and all of that you get in for the season, they're already part and parcel of what goes into the wages, and they have to subsidise that then off of it. I think whatever comes in from extra earning sponsorship, like sponsorship money, all of that, you could see a potentially big deal being done now after next season, because apparently we're back in talks with Adidas about coming in and making a bid for the jersey, to be the jersey, the kit maker for the 25-26 season, which would be great. It'd be good to see Liverpool back in the at home, I should say, really, because I mean, if you think of any of the best Liverpool kits down through the years, it's always been Adidas kits. Yeah, I'm still going back to the 80s again. Before that, you know, there's even Umbro. Like I've always wanted to see Umbro give a show, but they just don't spend the money. It's going to need. They're talking about an influx of 750 to £1 billion pound investment. So the Adidas deal will be about £1 billion. I'd say. You know, it'll be like 100 million a year coming from them instead of 75 that we get from Nike. That's what you're going to see the money going up to. Anyway, when it comes down to the funds, new sponsorship deals that all come in. That this all goes in part and parcel to help rebuild the stadium and to go for players. If like Liverpool are going about the council now about these new trams. Have you seen that? So they're going to the council about this tram system that's going to come in, but they're not like on rails. They're like on road. They're like buses with trams. They're weird, but they're trying to count it as having stations that go to the airport and to Anfield, and that way we can build the stadium up again. So that's what they're looking at now, which means that the Kenny Dalglish stand and the COP will get done at the same time, and you might see certain parts of the road moved and things like that while all this development goes on. But we don't know what's going to happen there. But that's going to that's what won't happen for a couple of years. So now is the time to spend the money on players. That's what I'm saying. So the money's there for them.
So we're winning on the pitch as well. Most importantly,
I think there's about 300 million available if they wanted to push it to the limit of financial fair play, because we've been in the black for so many years now. We had zero issues with buying and selling, and I think we're in the black. I think we can go and spend pretty much what we want to on players coming up. But I mean, 300 million only gets you 50 million euro players or 50 million pound players. So we need a bit more. So there's going to be a lot of selling. I think there'll be at least 500 million go through Liverpool this summer. You wouldn't even think it. So.
Yeah, 100%. Barry, all of us, that's why I was just quite relaxed. Looking back, I know some of the, as Kev alludes to, some good channels out there do like clip your videos and all that. It's all good advertisement for everyone's channels, which is all good. But I was just relaxed tonight. I was just like, oh, Sam, we've conceded. I was like, but if that was like 3 months ago when we were still in the league title, I'd be fuming.
Oh yeah.
But the week or 2 week break from Liverpool,
I'd be punching my daughter. What are you smiling at me for? I don't, never. But like, it's, you know, just it makes you in your mind. That's what your scenario is playing out. Like, you know, it's just anybody who's being friendly to you is just an enemy when you're upset about football. That's it.
Gordon to Liverpool. Rico, I've seen this lad. Like,
nah,
he was a Liverpool fan.
He was
his best favourite Scouts player of all time. If you've seen that Liverpool, the Neville interview was of course, Steven Gerrard. But big up there, Rico. Hope you're well, mate.
If there was an England, I'd take him. Great player. So.
Spuddy needs an agent to get that commission as well. He's already far too well off Kev anyway, as we know. Getting going all the games. Can't believe Sky Sports. Yeah, it's disappointing. You'd think Alexander, especially the modern era of social media as well. That's why like it's obviously coming on doing live. Sometimes you don't want to do it as well. Like you do get a bit of burnout. And judging from Nunes, the last couple of weeks, obviously deleting social media, players are only human. The modern human now is basically practically attached to the phone, and the unless it's their agency that is controlling their social media, Kev, it's really difficult. And I think sometimes pundits do kind of forget that they were once players as well. They didn't grow up in an era where. Like the 24.
It's the whole year. No, I've already done it, so I can tell you what to do with it. Yeah. You know, in a completely different era of football. But also about the only thing I could say about Darwin Núñez, if he remains at Liverpool, is I remember somebody getting slated for his first season in a bit as well when he came to Anfield under Brendan Rodgers because the football didn't suit him under Rodgers, and then he became an absolute legend when Klopp came in, and that was Bobby Firmino. Yeah. So, and that's, you know, he didn't score many goals, but he was able to link up. But there's a potential to score goals for Darwin Núñez in the team. And, you know, there's a potential for, you know, Diaz to be another Bobby Firmino if he was played a bit more centrally. But for me, I think Darwin on the slot just needs to be given one extra season and see how he gets on. And
it's a great point you've raised there, Kev, because under the right tutelage, really, Núñez could just explode onto the world football. Like, as you said, it's a great point. You didn't actually think about that. Rodgers, the Klopp was joking, and we saying to everyone around him, like, how you know how good that is.
Yeah, and Bobby's lethal. We're not getting rid of him. Like,
it's Arnie Slot might be going, bloody hell. I've gone from having the Mexican forward, Jimenez, decent player, but he'll probably be like, bloody hell, we've got Núñez, we've got Gakpo, PSV's player of the season as well, prior to that, like captain as well. So he'll be buzzing. No wonder.
Everybody just deals in absolutes. Yeah. Everybody's dealing in absolutes these days. They just jump the gun so easily, so fast. to do everything. Again, he's been here a couple of seasons, but like he did a similar season to his first season at Benfica where he got 14 goals. Now his second season he got 39, but that's the Portuguese league. It's dire. So what did he get this season? Maybe near enough to 20 or something like that. So I mean,
he's got over like 30 goal contributions in all competitions, which
there you go. I mean, that's done enough. Bobby used to get quite a few assists, or quite a few creation chances. So passes that lead to creation goal, but he mightn't get assists or goals. But then he didn't get slated when he was in the Klopp era because he was phenomenal at creating space for Salah and Mane. And I think, you're going to see that Salah's the main guy in the team in his eyes. Núñez wants to score goals now. Even though they've been working kind of well on and off this season, until Salah realizes that you are a winger, buddy. I know we do have a striker there that needs to be given these kind of opportunities. Then to get into, he's offside. He's just too eager for me. I think he needs to be. I think he'll be retrained in the summer about these runs, and I think I think they'll bring in a heavy offside coach with Arne Slot. I think there's issues going on at the moment with Slot trying to bring across his backroom staff. He wants all of them to come with him or something, and Liverpool said we don't need that many or something. We just need enough to just certain scenarios because we want to bring in our own. So I don't know what's going on there.
I highly doubt some of the reports I've seen this week, mate. That's why I just don't do. We could all do, everyone on YouTube when you're covering Liverpool could do about 10 shows a day when you read the club will bring in everyone in. I think it's just utter nonsense. 2 million. What's that? That's basically the new ticket. That's covered by the new ticket increase. It's 2 million. What? That's 2p to us, just general normal football fan. It's not into these clubs. I think it's just a little bit of media speculation to get a couple of clicks anyway. So, the one thing that you wouldn't want to be undermining the manager Kev already.
Yeah.
If you're not willing to back him in.
No, I don't think.
I'm going. You're not willing to get my people in, then so. But I doubt they'll do it.
I don't think there's any issues there with it. I think the Slot thing is already done. I just don't think that it's being announced because Jurgen's still here and they'll wait for Jurgen to leave. Once Jurgen leaves, Slot will come in and be announced officially and all of that out of respect. It's just such a shame with the Jurgen Klopp era. He's with all of these other fans and stuff like that trying to say that he wasn't. Some of them were trying to say he was a failure at Liverpool. So, because of the one title, we understand, but you're going up against a juggernaut that's City in their cheating ways. That I mean, if Jurgen Klopp had this Liverpool side against the old Manchester United, we're slapping them by 20 points a season. Yeah. I think this Liverpool side that's now would have destroyed that Manchester United side. Would have destroyed that Arsenal side. Well, I think so.
He won 7 league titles at United with 84 points.
Yeah.
84 points. Yeah. Liverpool can finish. Oh, not now. We can finish on
83 or something.
81, 82 points. Yeah. Well, I don't even know what we're on here.
I thought I finished 79 to 80 points, so we were on 79 going into the game. I don't know if it's.
But he won 7 league titles out of his 14, 15 on 84 points. Yeah. We'll do plenty of shows at the end of the season as well to summarize, team of the seasons, player of the seasons as well. Our own awards anyway. Get everyone voting in terms of player of the season, signing of the season, or whatnot as well. But
it's just when you're hitting an average of 95 to 96 points a season and it's dominating the last, it's special. Yeah, so it's just super special. So Jurgen Klopp was a great manager. He's been one of Liverpool's best ever managers, and his football was brilliant to watch when he had the lads that had the legs to be able to do it then. And Arne Slot's football is just as exciting in a slightly different formation, but it's still as exciting. I'm just looking forward to seeing runners make an effort. There was certain things I saw tonight in the game where I seen that kind of Slot ball, where the intricate passing, where it was going back to the wing into the inside, back out to the wing into the inside. And there was great passing between us, and that's the type of football you see Slot getting at. But I'm just looking forward to seeing what he can do with players of a higher quality in his team, and also bringing some of those players with him that can reach that higher quality level as well. So that are doing it for him at the moment. I mean, why change something if it's working for him with Feyenoord? I can see them getting fleeced really this summer by us and other teams.
it could be a mass exodus, really, mate. But you
Yeah.
look at obviously the time when Shankly left,
Mm.
the emotion that was there, obviously the great documentaries that are out there, that
Yeah.
you didn't have Twitter or X or Facebook or YouTube
No.
or whatever back then, because literally the reporters were breaking it straight there and then to Liverpool fans, and they were crying. Like, they were like, "You're messing." That classic
Yeah.
clip of "You're messing." The
Yeah.
Scotswoman going like, but it's going to be potentially, hopefully, you never know, big shoes to fill. I'm not saying he'll be anywhere near, but even if he's half as good as Bob Paisley, everyone thought, "Oh, we're losing Bill Shankly." In
Yeah.
steps Bob Paisley.
Jurgen checked out a season or so ago. I saw it in his face. I saw the tiredness. He was fed up with the English media. He's fed up with a lot of stuff, and he started checking out around then. And there's you go back to the Jurgen the first game to Liverpool or came from Dortmund, and he was like running up and down the sidelines, this and that. Now he just thinks like the word, he sits on the sideline and he's just laughing at the ridiculousness of some of the stuff that's happened to us over the last year or so. And I could see why. And he's just like, nah, I'm done. The team I love, the fans I love, all of that, but the rest of it around it, I'm done with that. That's what he's saying. So pretty much, and it's broken him. He wants to be a granddad. He wants to, he wants to enjoy that side of life, and he wants to go away and retire. Is what he said. So he might get back into management. How long he'll stay out for, I don't know. But that's 3 long stints with 3 passionate sides.
As well,
yeah. 3 passionate sides, and this time he looks a bit of a broken man, a tired man. So we give him a big send off on Sunday, and and then go into pastures new, and hopefully we'll see him back in Liverpool in some capacity in the future. It'd be great to bring him back as some sort of director of football, or just somebody who's up in the board or something like that. It'd be great. Whether he'd like to get into that kind of thing, I don't know. I don't think he would. I think he'd just like to be a fan, really, and come back.
I think you made a comment. Was it last week or the week before? He was like saying like he will turn up at Liverpool, and if managers have disappointing things to say, he said he's not really bothered what they think. He's coming as a fan. So it's exciting times, mate. It is a lot of stepping into the wilderness, really, going to next season. There's a lot of things that could happen, but the thing is, as most Liverpool fans, the whole fan base, we give managers time as long as we are seeing progression. Of course, the expectation for me, for you, Kev, as well, for every Liverpool fan, is for Arne Slot to come in and challenge.
Yeah.
Because let's not kid ourselves, this squad is still very good. As Kev alluded to before, we just need some tweak, and we'll do plenty of transfer shows in the next couple of weeks, next couple of months anyway, because there's a lot to do. And judging from tonight's performance, as we said at the top of the show, a couple of disappointing things, but reoccurring things that we've seen. But let's not forget, the manager is leaving. He's stepping aside, and there's going to be a new coach with new, fresh ideas, new motivations, new aspirations as well. And not just for Liverpool, as we spoke about Villa tonight. Congratulations to them if they do get Champions League football. They fully do deserve it.
They deserve it, yeah.
Yeah, it's
but even looking at what this Liverpool team achieved, this is where I'm going to be kind of positive for a sec. Look at what this Liverpool team achieved in correlation with last season. When we capitulated, and when you go back to that last season, the reason why this happened, we did 3-week turnover between seasons, if you remember that rightly, when it ended really late on, and then with the Champions League final, and then straight back into the season. We were gone for less than 3 weeks on a break. That team didn't get a break, and then it was into a World Cup year and playing the World Cup halfway through it, and then came back, and we managed to kind of get ourselves back to some sort of level this season. But it just needs that top up, and that top up is going to be good for. So the Julian Ward thing about that as well. I just think I don't think that I think it was too much pressure for me. I didn't think Julian realised that Edwards was coming back at the time, and I think that he was under a lot of pressure. But I think that they will work well together again, because they have done in the past. So
that's we've been speaking to you plenty over the last couple of weeks, mate, and the lads as well. Do you think that's probably one of the main things why Klopp, as you allude to there, mate? We've done plenty of shows. He is tired. Did he take too much on? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he'll do it.
100%.
In the next 12 months. He might admit going, that took too much of the responsibility on. Like, because he had Julian Ward, he had Michael Edwards, he had different people in different departments. But I think if Klopp had his time again, I think he would have kept those people at the football club,
Yeah.
and he might have got an extra 2-3 years out himself in terms of motivation. But time will tell.
We're missing people to cover the defence. We've been missing that for a couple of seasons now since Fabinho dropped off a cliff. But
even Gini Wijnaldum as well is
yeah.
important in that Liverpool side
Yeah.
for me as well, and even Sadio Mane. When you miss players of that quality, Kev, you obviously gonna miss.
You do, yeah. We've never really replaced Sadio as good as Diaz and them can get it. Sadio's been kind of irreplaceable for the amount of goals he gets and the chances created.
We need
Who's that?
Mane was elite.
Oh yeah, he was elite. Yeah,
he was so good.
Yeah, man, it was brilliant. He was one of my favorite players when he was here. But and Klopp managed to tame him as well because he apparently has he can have a bad attitude for the most part. So he tamed him well. But you know, Klopp said himself
in that team as well.
I could only have imagined if Coutinho stayed around. I said it on my stream tonight. If Coutinho stayed around that time, he'd be regarded the same as Mo Salah kind of now. I think winning this, yeah. Yeah, he could have been that, yeah, or David Silva, let's call him that way if you want to go there. So he could have been that good in the squad. But it just goes to show you, if you're at a club like Liverpool and your eyes are set elsewhere, where the sun's a bit tainted and it's just a better kind of living style, don't do it. Like if anybody ever watches these podcasts and you're a footballer and you're about to sign a contract or something like that, if you're at a good club where people love you and you're getting paid well, don't do it unless you're an absolute worldie and can do it elsewhere. Don't do it. Coutinho found that out. He was a world-class player. Went to Barcelona, didn't work there. Went to Bayern Munich, didn't work there. Went to Villa. I don't even know where he is now. Is he injured?
Coutinho in the Saudi League? I think he might be in the Saudi League.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But it's madness. Just like at a club like Liverpool, you don't leave him like that.
Yeah, I don't want to be seeing Salah playing in another shirt. Like I get where people are saying, "Oh, get the money and all that," but it's all right getting all that money. But if someone doesn't come in the next 2-3 years and get Salah's goals, we're knackered. We'd struggle to even get top 4, I think, especially if Nunes is hitting and Gakpo are all letting the ball.
I think we can buy Salah's replacement without selling Salah.
Yeah,
that's what I think. I think we've got the money there.
We've got Salah as well.
I think we've got the money there. I mean, if Tyler Martin's never going to be given a chance in the Liverpool shirt, which he could be because he's had a phenomenal season, hasn't he? Where is he at? Hull, is it? Is he at Hull as well? Yeah. So he's had a great season as well. Will he ever get a chance in the DM role in there? But Chetic is not an out-and-out DM for me. He can play the role, but he's not an out-and-out DM. He's more of a link-up player and one for the future. I'd like to see Dan's given more opportunity next season in the cup. In the cups, Kwanzaa for me should be almost ready to slot straight in and compete with anybody for that centre back position coming up now. He's got, I think, another good summer under him, and under a more defensive tactician coach in Slot will only benefit him. And he's Klopp was there 9 years. What's Salah? 7, 8 years? 7, 8 years.
Yeah.
It's pretty
you probably got to think about Salah's position as well, though. If he wants to go on a high, like he could probably go to the MLS and be not bothered really. I think he could like walk around the supermarkets and like a bit like when at first when Messi moved, he didn't even have a clue. The Americans, some of them that who he was just some fella to them. But once the whole of America woke up to like, oh, the best football player on planet Earth's moving to MLS as well. So, and he is sorry, Ronaldo fanboys, but Messi is.
He is. He's the best.
But yeah, but for me, I'd like Salah to break his Rushie's record. I think he can do that. Yeah. But the thing is, as we've spoken over the years, he's an elite level athlete. He's a bit similar in terms of the way he looks after his body, like Ronaldo as well. Messi's had a couple of hamstring injuries, but he takes good care of himself. And I want that type of personality around the likes of Elliot, the likes of Kwanzaa as well, though, Kev. If you were to lose that in the dressing room, I think standards might quite slip, though. Yeah. But that's another show for another night. Man of the match, Kev, as we conclude.
Kwanzaa
for you.
Yeah. I think so. I think Kwanzaa. Yeah.
Do you think Villa get top 4 as well?
Oh, yeah. I think the way they played, they deserve it. I think Spurs have been Spurs, and they still have to beat City to get anywhere near the Villa top 4 brigade. You know what's in it now? Is it 4 points in it?
Yeah, I think
so. And Spurs have 2 games left. Villa have 1 game left. Potential to get the 7 points clear if they can win the game. No, it's not 4 points, 3 points in it. So, and So yeah, they can pull within a point. So if Spurs win the last 2 games, they get top 4, right?
Yeah.
So it has to be 2 points so that they're ahead. So if they're or 3 points by now with that draw, I think.
Sorry,
And
I'm trying to get the buzzy table up, chat. Sorry.
and if they do, I can get it here. I've got the PC here in front of me. So Premier, where's that?
Bloody load, will you?
I was doing this tonight on my own channel. I forgot all about it. So yeah, they are on 68. Oh, there's 5 points in it. But yeah, so if Aston Villa win the last game, they get to 71. And if Spurs win the last 2 games, they can only get to 69. So I don't see why there's a big push on Spurs getting anything out of the. Like Aston Villa only really needed to draw out their last game.
But they're going away to Palace on the last game of the season.
Who Villa? Yeah. Spurs have got Man City and what else they got? Sheffield United already relegated.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be exciting.
It's going to be down to the City game tomorrow night. What Spurs do in this league and if Arsenal. So Spurs need to get themselves into the Champions League. They're going to have to beat City. It's just no way about it. They can't draw. They can't do anything. If they draw, they can't get anywhere near Villa. So I think Villa are okay.
Yeah, Q Romero scoring 3 own goals in 2 minutes tomorrow. Well, Kev, massive thank you for coming on.
No problem.
Please do shout out. Obviously, if you've got any streams tonight on your channel or for your
I was going to do a stream earlier at 12 o'clock now. I might do a 2-hour stream on The Evil Within 2, which is a horror-based puzzle game as well. So I'm going to play that, I think, tonight. I'll set it up there if I get time to do it, and I'm not going to do a big thumbnail or anything like that. I'm just going to stream it. But you'll find me if you type in Irish Spider Guy on YouTube, or just Spider on YouTube, you'll find me. If you type in Irish Spider Guy on Twitch, you'll find me there. And Spider on Facebook, if you prefer watching on Facebook, you'll find me there. And it's the same with the football, Spider LFC everywhere. All right.
Massive thank you for coming on, mate. But a massive thank you as always as well, Chaff, for jumping on, having your say.
Been a while as well. Yes.
Yeah, been a while. Was he needed to recharge my batteries a lot. As well. It's some of the stuff we'll see. It was like my head rolls off into Birkenhead. Just talking about football. It was good to actually just relax and enjoy the Champions League football games as well. Chat, you know me, I do love speaking to you as well, and doing the watch alongs, but like the way it's that United game finished me off, mate. Kev, that and the Everton game back to back. Oh my lord. And especially the way the season did transpire as well. But leave that show for another night.
It's even after United game, we were still there. The problem was the Palace game. And when that happened, I was just like, what's going on there? It was an opportunity to be still within it and just do it, But it was in our hands at one point, and we messed it up ourselves.
Yeah. But next season, we're winning a lot again. Bold Reds, up the Reds. The Dutch. I'll tell you what, if we sell out with ball caps next season,
Andy Schlatt's winning the lot.
Yeah, the most scout star looking manager in the Premier League, him and Pep and the boys. Shout out the bold ones. But chat, massive thank you for tuning in as always, Kev. Absolutely always a pleasure, mate. Thank you for coming on as well. Reds, as I said, don't get too down the dumps off this result. It was a not a result anyway. Good to see Liverpool score 3, not concede 3, but good vibes going to next season. There's a lot of work to do, but we will be there throughout the journey as well. But Reds, massive thank you. If you're watching on the repeat, do head over to Kev's channel, all the social links, as he just said there. Drop him a sub, show him your love, as our mate Dave does say. As always, you never walk alone. We'll see you tomorrow for another episode as well. But Reds, look after yourself, and you never walk alone. As Kev's doing at Jordan Henderson there. Up to Reds. See you later.